Hey guys, so for math today, we're going to remember that book that we read the past week with Rhoda Red and her 5 little chicks. I'm going to keep it on the slide in case you want to re-look at it, but if you remember it, you don't have to read it again. And I'm going to use some cards to show you some different ways that those chicks were hanging out in the book. So here was the first one, and let's think about this for a second. So we see, how do you see those chicks? I'm going to let you answer that. So a lot of you might say, I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So you just counted them, right? So you see them like this. If you look at that wreck and wreck, you see all 5 chicks together, right? They're all together. And then if I show you another one, here we go, here comes another picture. Oh, and it changed, right? So in the book it changed. The chicks did different ways that they were arranged. And so here is the way that you see how many chicks over here and how many chicks over here. Let me stop and wait for you to think about that. So if you said you see 3 and 2, does that make a different number? No, right? It still makes 5, but it looks a little different. So here we go. We have our math rack again, and you see 3 and 2. And I'm making my wreck and rack look just like that, right? Here comes another one. Oh, is that the same or is it different, right? It's different. So instead of 3 and 2, we see it a different way. We now see 2 over here and 3 over here. So it looks a little bit different on my wreck and rack. So there it goes. We see 2 and we see 3. Does it still make the same number? How many chicks are still there? You still can see 5, right? So let's try another one. Oh, and here was a different way the chicks were in that book. And what do you see here? You see 1 chick way ahead, and there were 4 chicks trailing her, right? Now my question is, does that change how many there are? No, right? 1 and 4 still makes 5. And we talk about that a lot, right? We talk about, and here we go. Shabam. So 1 and 4 made 5, but look what happened. It switched. 1 and 4, but now it's, uh-oh, you don't want to see the bottom of that wreck and wreck. But now it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. If I want to make it look like my card, 4 and 1 still make 5, right? And then here we go. We have none over here, but how many are over here? Did that number change at all? No, it didn't, right? So we have 0 on this side, but all 5 chicks are together over here. Let's see if we did all the cards. So no matter how you group it, you still will have 5 chicks. So there are lots of different ways that you can make 5 using your wreck and rack or using those little chicks like we did last week.